quite intense, especially when you're living at all your parents' expense. To budget his allowance to make the monthly rent. Cause he's gotta wait another week before the check from home is sent. All the things you've gone through, it's a wonder you've endured well. Tell me about someday when you finally cut the cord. Well, I guess I gotta get me a new woman, huh?
Again?
Yeah. I want a bow-legged woman, that's all. I want a bow-legged woman that's tall. I'll fall in love with her right from the start, because her big fat legs are so far apart. I want a bow-legged woman right now. I gotta find me a gal somehow. She's gotta be built like an old bass fiddle, big bow legs with lots of room in the middle. Got to be on my way to find a bow-legged woman of the day. I want a bow-legged woman. Yeah, I want a bow-legged woman. Boy, I'll fall in love with her right from the start because her big fat legs are so far apart. I want a bow-legged woman, divine. I want a bow-legged woman that's fine. She don't have to be no glamour gal, but she's gotta have hoops like an old beer barrel. Got to be on my way, find a bow-legged woman today. Found a bow-legged woman last night, and man, she was really alright. She had a solid straddle when she came in the battle. I jumped dead in the saddle, you couldn't hear a rattle, and there was no one to run and tattle. Got to be on my way, see my bow-legged woman today. My woman with big bow legs. I love that lady. You know, recently I just became aware of, how serious this opioid epidemic is. The standard medicine cabinet was always sufficient for me. I can't even imagine what it's like to need a whole attic to store your drugs in. But, the thing is, like, none of us are young people around here. I mean, I've lost one thing that I have, more casualties, losses of friends, more than all those things added up. I wrote a song about it to kind of warn people so they don't just become another, tragic statistic. Now repeat this curse from the very start. From better to worse till death do you part, in sickness and in hell, for the rest of your natural life. I now sentence you to be man and wife. Just a few years ago, when I heard them church bells ring, that we was happily married, if there is such a thing. Now she was my bride, I was her groom, and that was the day that she lowered the boom. Now every time I'm with her, all she does is nag. Get on my nerves, seems to be her bag. Ever since the honeymoon, she's been permanently on a rag. She and all her bitching are surely getting to be a drag. You see, holy wedlock to me seemed more like a curse. Because Christ, if those were her best years, man, I sure hate to see the worst. To love, honor, and perish for the rest of your life. I now sent you to be husband and wife. She does is nag, getting on my nerves, seems to be her bag. She went from blushing bride to a miserable old hag. She and all her bitching surely got to be a drag. Well, now her lawyer told the judge that it was all my fall. She drugged my name through mud and rubbed my wounds with some salt. When the divorce was final, I lost everything I owned. I would have never made that vow if only I had known. From rich to the poor, for the rest of your life, I now sent you to be man and wife. Every time I was with her, I had to take that little blue pill, you know? No, not Viagra, Aleve. Okay, folks. That's all I got for tonight. But before I go, I'd like to leave with just a few pearls of wisdom from the sage of bad advice and misinformation. That being me. And that is, as the cream rises to the top, it gets skimmed off. But you know, the same thing happens to the scum, too. So take that for what it's worth. And that being said, I'd also like to make you aware that I am available for in-home Bible studies and or marriage counseling. So the name is Mr. Unloved, so if you see the name around town, be sure to stop in and check it out. The pleasure will be all yours, I'm sure. But in the meantime, we got plenty of other acts coming up here, so stick around for that. But first, we're going to have a short little nocturnal intermission here. So why not make your way to the bar and grab yourself some of that holy water. Like I said before, it's time for me to bring my show to an end. Hope to see you again. But till then, pardon me whilst I take them down, wet my whistle, wipe my brow, because I gotta go now. So let me get out of here, okay? God bless your bones. Good night.